Hola from San Antonio, Texas. I'm sitting here at my grandma's house in North San Antonio, and it is my extreme pleasure to be back here with you for the Don't Stifle Me podcast. My name is Jacob Stiefel, and this episode, it's a little late. New episodes usually come out on Tuesdays, but with yesterday being the 4th of July, I figured I'd wait until today. I knew most of you folks would be out on a river or a lake or the beach or somewhere away from your podcast devices. I was actually in New Braunfels, Texas, playing some songs by the Guadalupe River with some friends of mine up there. But here I am now. Here we are, July 5th, 2017. Happy Independence to you. I hope you had a great holiday, but I also hope that you took some time, or you take some time to really think about what this holiday stands for, what it is to be in this country. There's a whole lot of tumultuous craziness that goes on in the world and in this country. But for most of the people listening to this, where we are in America, most of you, and we were lucky enough to be born on the patch of land, a patch of dirt that allows us to live the way that we live, with the good and the bad, regardless of who you want or don't want to be the president today or 10 years ago or whatever. Here we are, and let's make the best out of it. And the things that could be better, let's work to make them better. But anyway, today's episode, let's get to it. My name is Jacob Stifle, and this episode is brought to you by Jacob Stifle. I am a singer-songwriter, artist, musician. I have music available on iTunes and Amazon and all that good stuff. There's also CDs, tour dates, merchandise, all kinds of things, interesting things available at jacobstiefel.com. And like I said earlier, I'm in Texas right now. I'll be in Texas for the next few weeks, bouncing around, playing some shows. So if you're out here, check out jacobstiefel.com for tour dates. And without any further ado, here is today's episode, number 18.
Pick it up again.
On the podcast today, my friend and yours, Mr. Matt Begley of the band Steel-Penny. I've known Matt for a few years now, from coming out here to Texas and playing and hanging out. We've got a lot of mutual friends, but above that, we share a lot of the same upbringing, as we say back in Alabama. I also have I very much appreciate Matt's outlook on life and hard work and having fun while you're doing what you do. He's a great guy. He's got a great band, Steel-Penny. We had a great talk this morning, and here it is, me and Matt Begley from Steel-Penny. Matt Begley,
Good.
What's up, man?
Oh, just hanging out here.
You been playing drums this morning?
I did actually before you got here. I tapped on them a little bit.
Yeah?
I did.
We are sitting here. What did you call this? The House of Broken Hearts?
Yeah, House Broken Hearts, HOBH.
I wanna know off the bat where that came from. I started to ask you yesterday, and then I was like, I'll save that for the podcast.
Me, Michael Ray, been playing guitar for me a long time, and Doug Garrett and JJ Villarreal all just lived here for a long time. We all came in, and some of us came out of, broken relationships and whatnot, and we just called the house Broken Hearts.
Yeah. Well, it's fitting. We're all there at one point or another.
Yeah. Yeah, we lived here. All of us lived here quite a while. I live out by Canyon Lake now. And
You do?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got a little spot out there. Well, I kind of stay at a few different spots. So
Bounce around?
yeah.
You still doing the farm work?
No, I just got out of that. I see, probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
Full-time music now?
Yeah, I was full-time music for
You've been full-time music for a long time.
But, having a job,
Right,
a job, I had to find something to occupy my time, and I liked farming and enjoyed all that.
That'll do some time occupying.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
That's why I had to get out of it.
I was back home in Alabama last week helping Dad around the property on mending some barbed wire fence air parts and stuff I'm sure that you do all the time. But I was just looking around, and I told Dad I could quit music and quit everything and move home and do nothing but work on the property for 6 months every day and still have things to do.
Yeah, it's never ending.
Yeah. And there's only 3 animals on. There's 2 donkeys. We have 2 donkeys and a horse.
Oh man, yeah. This was, there is always work to do with those things. This old boy had he was farming 1,000 acres of, farmland, and he probably had around 1,000 cattle.
Yeah.
So it was always something. Always something.
Somebody's backing up outside. I hear a beep, beep, beep.
There's always something going on.
We are in hello from New Braunfels, Texas. Everybody out there listening. I've been talking with Matt here for a while about getting on the podcast, and I'm finally found my way out to Texas, and here we are.
I've been looking forward to doing this. I enjoy it, and I enjoy you as a person. And
I
remember you telling me you were going to do this, and that started, and I started listening. And, it's cool. It's very cool.
I'm enjoying it. If you're going to do something, you might as well have fun doing it.
Oh, yeah. Now, here in New Braunfels, you're probably going to hear a train go by, somebody stumble in the house. Something
you never know.
Never know. That's part of my life, I guess.
Where are you from, amigo? Let's go back. Go back to the early days. Did you have the beard when you were born?
The early pictures, I might have. I don't know. I don't know. I did have a full head of hair, though. I remember that. I was born in Tyler, Texas. I always say I'm a first-generation East Texan. Most of my family's up in Amarillo and Panhandle, Oklahoma. And Mom just got away and was living in Dallas, I believe. And then they came to East Texas, and that's where they all at now. So
nice. So you born there, raised there?
Yeah, raised there.
Go to school and stuff over that way?
Yeah. Went to a Catholic school, 13 years.
Catholic school?
Yeah.
Well, I just learned so much more about you.
Yeah, it might explain some of my tendencies.
Yeah. I've known a handful of people that grew up at Catholic school, and they're all in a specific category of people in my mind.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a bad thing.
I understand what you mean, for sure.
There's something about and I'm not speaking ill of anyone, but there's something about the imprint that's left on a child that's brought up with for lack of a better word, the guilt of Catholic school.
Yeah. I've always have to ask, like permission. I'm 33 years old, and I'm like, and being in this business, I'm like, I don't need to ask permission. I just gotta go. There's no.
Dude, I'm glad we brought this up, because I was just talking with Chance, my cousin, about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was taught my whole life. I didn't grow up Catholic, but I was taught my whole entire life from my awesome, very polite, wonderful parents not to invite myself into things. Not to, like, if something's going on, you don't invite yourself over to somebody's house. You don't, you wait, and if you're invited, you go or whatever, but you don't, it's rude to invite yourself. But I'm learning in the music business, and I guess just in life in general, apparently most people weren't taught that lesson, and that's just how people do things, I think.
Yeah, that is.
Because I sit around all the time, and I'm not trying to have a pity party here, but I sit around and, like, I'll see people doing things, and I think, man, I might have liked to have done that, but nobody invited poor Jacob over here. But come to find out, all those people that went and did that probably just called each other and said, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm going to come do that with you."
Come on.
And I'm sitting there waiting for my damn invitation in the mail or something. But I guess that's just I
always have an open door policy in my life, man. Like, you want to come and hang out, just come on,
Yeah, like whether it's, whatever it is, even if it, like booking agents and work things, I find that it's definitely not the talent. It's definitely not people that are all talented that get the representation and the agents and stuff. Yeah. I think it's just the people that don't have a problem saying, "Hey, I deserve this.
Yeah,
do this for me.
Say, hey, book me, book my show.
Yeah,
or manage me or whatever.
Faults.
I have a very hard time doing that stuff.
But let's not. I'm not going to take this over into the faults of Jacob Stiefel. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here a long time.
Oh man.
Anyway, so Catholic school.
Yep.
Matt Begley.
Yeah.
Like K through. Do they have kindergarten in Catholic school?
Yeah, they have pre-K and all the way.
You went to all of it.
I went to kindergarten.
Yikes!
All the way through. And
are you still a practicing Catholic?
No.
Catholic?
No.
Catholic? I guess.
Catholicism. I don't practice Catholicism.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
No, I don't. I respect it, but to each his own and whatever they want to do. But I just try to stay away from it. Well,
that's a lot of years of being.
Oh yeah.
Like force fed. I don't know. Is that the right word?
Yeah, probably so. There's things I hear about, and I'm like, Man, I wish they'd have taught us different at school because it just doesn't, it doesn't translate to the real world.
Yeah, it's not exactly the way it's working.
Yeah, I did learn a whole lot there. You know, there was a lot of respect stuff. There was a lot of caring for people,
for sure,
and you know, and all that good stuff. And I went to school with 42 people, graduated with them, probably started school with about 35 of them. And,
do they have sports at this Catholic school?
Yeah,
I always have to ask, did you play like football and stuff?
Yeah, we played a lot of football.
Yeah. What position did you play in football?
Defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved football. It was my life for a long time. And I mean, I always say I love knocking skulls, man. I love to get nasty and people.
Defense. Yeah. You had to either be fast or mean or both to be on defense.
Yeah, that's true.
I wasn't either.
Yeah,
that's why I was on offense.
I lucked out and had a good coach, and you know, and just let me do what I felt like I was good at.
Yeah.
A lot of the people, because we'd play all these like bigger public schools around town and whatnot, or you know, around East Texas, and you know, they were like, "Oh hell, here comes the Catholic kids," and you know, and that was when you know we'd either get our ass stomped or stomp their ass, one of the two.
Yeah.
You know, just it was a good deal. I enjoyed playing for sure. I had a chance to go to a little bit of college ball, but I left all that for playing the guitar and singing and whatnot. So.
When did music come in to play?
Oh man, it's kind of hard because my mom bought me a guitar, and I mean I was a huge Garth Brooks fan. And
when did you get the guitar? How old were you?
Probably 90. I saw Garth in 93, so I probably got the guitar in like 92 or something.
So you were like 28?
Yeah, 28. I was probably 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know, mom didn't play. Nobody played. So
really?
Didn't know
no music background in your family or
a
anything?
lot of radio, a lot of music lovers.
Yeah.
You know, but no, me and mom would sing in the car and whatnot. She would sing all the, you know, the female country songs on the radio, and then I'd sing a lot of the female songs too, with a little high voice.
Right when you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, there was always the country music around. I saw Garth, and, man,
that was it.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, wow, that was one of the first concerts I ever went to. And
did you have the VHS, the Garth VHS tape?
Oh, yeah.
A live concert one?
Yeah, man. I recorded.
Man, how good was that?
The first one at Reunion Arena, his first big one, I had that, and I watched it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Word out.
When the one at Texas Stadium came out, you know, I watched that all the time. Hell, I got it on DVD in there.
Which one was it that he went back home to Oklahoma and like went to his high school or something like that? Didn't he do something like that?
Yeah, I believe so. It's on one of those tapes because I remember seeing some of that. I mean, I've always enjoyed Garth. I think he's he's a goober in his own way, and
he cracked me up. He said he was like riding down the road listening to the radio, and he said, I thought to myself, Garth, that's what they call me back home, is Garth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
So did you? So you started on guitar? Did you take lessons? Or?
No, I didn't. My buddy, his dad, Mark Skirto, he's a weatherman, meteorologist up there in East Texas, and he'd been there for years and years. And he taught me, you know, a few things. And then his son, Mark, he said, "Hey, come out and play in the church band." I knew like an E minor and G, C, D, and I would just turn the volume up on the ones I knew, and, you know, and every time else I would just sit there. But what it did, it was like, it just got me to play along. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Listen.
And, yeah. And I did that, and then I started playing, you know, in little bars and whatnot. And
in high school? Did you start doing that in high school?
Yeah. But my senior year, I started playing in bars. We did I think we did every Tuesday night, and then finally got a weekend night. And so
did you know then that you wanted to like do that professionally, or was it like still just for fun?
You know, I've always counted dollars and said, you know, I've always been around working people, and I saw you can make a little money, and you know, if you really worked hard at it. And
I never thought anything about doing it really until like halfway through college.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember playing here and there in high school and the first part of college, and my buddy's parents would be like, man, when you get up to Nashville, don't forget about us, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to do anything. I'm going to school to be an engineer. You know, whatever. And then whatever. So life unfurls itself as it does.
I went to an A&M, like a camp of sort,
Yeah.
football camp, and I showed up, and it was, they were pretty disappointed in me because the night before I didn't tell my mom. I said, I'm gonna leave, not go down there.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go play a gig somewhere.
I went and saw a concert.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was David Allen Coe was coming through Tyler. I said, hell yeah, I could go see that. And
It's a wild one to go to before
Yeah,
a football camp.
yeah,
Was it football camp? Is that what you said?
yeah. So I went and saw that, and then left after the concert and drove all down the College Station. And the third day, they were like, what happened? I was like, man, I guess I wasn't feeling it. That's
Right.
when I knew. I was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
So you didn't play, and you didn't go to. Did you go to college?
No, well, I have 1 hour of college credit, and that was orientation for junior college.
There you go.
I learned a whole lot in that. It was, they said, don't have an F on your deal, have a W. I said, well, withdraw. And
That's just what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and do that right now then.
yeah, that's what I did. After that, I went to,
How'd your parents take the hey, by the way, I'm not going to go to college?
I really can't remember. My folks are very, very supportive, and
They still together?
oh yeah, it's my mom and my stepdad.
Okay.
My stepdad Jimmy, he's been a father figure in my life forever.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's
he's
right.
he's a great man. He's been around me for a long time. Me and mom. He married into a crazy family, that's for sure. A bunch of hillbillies from the Panhandle. But he.
Why do they call it the Panhandle? It's not okay with me. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, Texas. I love Texas. I'm half Texan, but it's not okay that you call that, because unless you're holding the holding the pan
Yeah.
up and down, the Panhandle is like the Panhandle of Florida. It's like you're holding a pan with
Yeah.
the handle,
Yeah, I never understood like the Texas one, but like the Oklahoma one where they are.
Yeah,
those
it's out horizontally. But if you hear people listening, if you hear somebody say the Panhandle of Texas, it's not the western part of Texas. It's the northern part of Texas.
And it's because a lot of people call like northern stuff is like north of Dallas and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's not that
Texas.
other
It's not
part.
the
Yeah.
other part, the Panhandle.
Yeah, it's
Then
like
West
a Texas is a pan, and that's the Panhandle, but they're pouring out the scrambled eggs on top of Mexico.
Yeah,
That's what it is. So there you go.
That's about right. Then you got your East Texas people, and some
I
people
like East Texas. It starts to look more like Alabama.
Oh yeah.
You get over toward Tyler or whatever. You get a lot more the trees and whatever that look more like southeast.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's I miss the pines, man. The pine trees. I miss them. But then when I was younger, I didn't like them because I liked being up in Oklahoma where there wasn't. It was flat.
Wasn't shit.
Yeah, you can see the curvature of the earth, and
Right.
You can see somebody coming, and out there you turn a corner, and hell, you don't know who's out.
I think if you want to get a secret out of somebody, you can tie them into the passenger seat of a vehicle and drive across Kansas, and then get to the other side and turn around and drive back across. And by that, at some point, they'll give up. And
Yeah,
they'll
say, all right,
I'm telling you, yeah.
please stop driving.
No more Kansas driving, please.
Yeah.
No college. So the parents your mom was supportive and everything of that.
Yeah, very
From what you
supportive.
recall.
Yeah, she made sure I had working and
Yeah,
all that stuff. And when
it's an important thing. I mean,
oh yeah,
you can get through life without it, but it makes it a whole lot better.
Yeah,
my parents. Yeah, 'cause
I
I'm the
worked
same
all
way.
the
yeah.
time, man. I worked as soon as I could get a legal job. I had a
Yeah.
job working somewhere, and I had I was able to have money through high school, and I had a couple of very good jobs of working in landscaping, and I had a little landscaping company. I sold grass and stone at this one place, and I just did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Just to get money, and then I went to sound school in Dallas. That's where I met Chance Avery, our sound guy. That's where we
Did you
met.
do that after, like, when you withdrew from
Yeah.
the junior college?
Yeah, that was my next deal. I was like, well, I want to get in the game, the music stuff, and I want to know sound because I'd already been playing gigs, and I was like, yeah, I need to know more.
Understand what these knobs do.
Yeah, and I went. I'm glad I did, but I learned so much more when I got out and started working for this fellow named Alan Beavers, and did a lot
Yeah,
of
experience will do that. I mean, it's good to go learn things in the school, but There's nothing like getting out there and having feedback and be like, oh shit, where's it coming from? What do I do?
Yeah, when you're sitting there on a mixing board and you got, a big name band playing and, a bunch of folks, a lot of money involved, you got to have your shit together. You can get your ass fired.
So you met Chance Avery.
Yeah.
This is going to be confusing to people that listen to me often. I talk about Chance, my cousin, but it's a different Chance.
Yeah, Chance Avery.
Very, very different than my cousin. Have you met my cousin Chance?
No, I haven't, but I listened to when you had him on the podcast here.
Cool. So you met your Chance. That's what we'll say. Your Chance and my Chance.
There you go.
Met your Chance there, and he's still with you. That was what, like 10 years ago?
Oh man, it was probably 2004 or 5, something like that. And because I graduated in 2003.
Were you still playing when you were going to like the sound school and stuff? Still doing gigs?
Yeah, I was doing gigs. I'd go back do some more acoustic stuff, and I hit up a lot of open mics. And I played with this. I got tied in with this band called Dixie Rex, and they were a bar band. And
Dixie Rex.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they were a hellacious bar band, and man, I learned a lot from them. What
were you doing with them?
I would fill in the set breaks, and I got up and started playing just with the band.
Okay.
And, every weekend I go with. I was kind of like the roadie, and they're just fill the 30 minutes.
Keep things flowing, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, and I learned a lot about playing. Got to play with a lot of great players, and it was all small bar stuff, but they got hired on some different things. We went to St. Louis a few times and went up there. They did a private party stuff. I did learn a lot from those guys. They recorded one of my songs when I was young, and it was a little song called Corpus by the Sea.
You played that. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, I played yesterday. Yeah,
nice.
a song
I like that one.
I was probably 19 when I wrote the song, and 19 or 20, and they said, "Hey," I saw me at an open mic, and there were two guys. Hey, we want to record that song, and I was like, "Hell yeah,
I'm here."
Yeah. Yeah, they recorded it. What ended up happening once I went down here, I met Alan Beaver, started working on the sound. Well, he had a mobile recording rig, so we went up and did 2 shows in Grapevine, and I think they're both in Grapevine, and came out with a live CD. They had some covers on there and 2 original songs. So that was what they did. They just did country covers and a lot of they just did all kinds of stuff. And a good little band.
Yeah, they still playing.
Yeah, they still get around. Just doing the bar stuff. Still doing the same thing. That's what they're after. They just play and make a little extra money.
Yeah.
And go out and have a good time, whatnot.
You know what's wrong with that? Nothing.
No, nothing at all.
If that's what you want to do.
No, I got to play with Bill English that plays with Willie Nelson. He came and filled in with them for a weekend.
Paul English?
No, Bill.
Bill English. Yeah. Is that his brother?
Yeah.
Or does he do drum percussion stuff too?
Yeah, I believe so. And
I forgot about that.
Damn, I hope that's Billy English. I'm pretty damn sure because it's not the one that's passed away now. Because Billy, because I believe Paul's is passed away.
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to check on that now.
Yeah, check on that.
I'm gonna check on it.
It was one of the English brothers. I'm pretty sure it was Bill English, and he just sat in with them on the drums.
Oh, I'm not even connected. Get my phone.
Oh yeah, I should have gave you the Wi-Fi.
How's everybody doing out there listening right now?
I hope they're doing as good as we are.
Yeah, you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. We played some music this past weekend. We were in Galveston, and then we were in the old New Braunfels yesterday, sometime.
Yeah, it was a long weekend for us. So.
I'm killing time right now while I Wikipedia search Paul English.
Yeah, he was a drummer. I'm pretty sure he passed away.
I was thinking he was still alive. We're finding out. Paul English, Willie's longtime drummer, started playing with him in 55. It doesn't tell me. Oh, hell, people. They don't care. All right, well, y'all can just Google it. We'll figure it out later.
You can ask Bart Ashley, who was playing that band there. They did that. Now, I know they knew a lot of different guys that were on the road with different people, and then they would come and play with those guys when they were off the road. Pete Coatney, Jack Ingram played with him a little bit, and I ended up getting some stuff from him later. That guy from Norway.
We saw yesterday. Yeah.
Well, I got a gig from Pete Coatney. That was Jack Ingram. I'm pretty sure he still plays with Jack Ingram, got a gig from him because he was going to do something. So all those little things connected. Just met a lot of cool people and got to experience the older cats. Always listen to those guys.
Yeah, and getting the experience of like meeting those people, learning how important it is to meet and remember people. Like that's such a big deal. Is not just meeting people, but remembering them, and when you see them again or get to talk to them again.
Yeah.
Like remembering the connection and stuff. And I feel like that's just such a big part of life in general. But
yeah, he always liked English. He always liked the Corpus by the Sea song that they recorded. I thought that was cool. And all the stories that he had just from playing all the bars so long.
So how long were you with those?
Man,
bouncing around with those guys.
Oh man, I really can't remember. Probably a couple years I was up there, maybe a year or two. I was in Dallas area. I really can't remember how long I was there. That's before I came down here, and then I would go up there and hang out with them, when I was off. And
did you come down here when you started the bitter whiskey thing?
I was down here for probably 2 years. Bitter whiskey started in 2007.
What brought you down here to the New Braunfels metropolitan area?
When I was in high school, I came down here and did a few open mics and saw the bar scene down here. There wasn't anything in East Texas at the time, which now there's a lot of people coming out of East Texas. There's places to play and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I just came down here. I figured Austin was where it was at, and man, I got caught in Austin traffic, and I was like, oh hell no.
Maybe I should just be close to Austin.
Yeah, and I went on to San Marcos and stayed in the Days Inn for a few days, and.
Did you know people over here? I mean, at that time,
I didn't know anybody.
Or you were just like, I'll just throw my shit in the truck and
I knew some of the players, and that's about it. I figured.
So you came and stayed in a hotel?
Yeah, for a couple of days, and I found me a spot and called my mom. I was like, hey, I need a co-signer on an apartment, and I ended up talking the lady into give me an apartment, and mom co-signed, and I told her my whole story, and she just let me stay at this place. I had a cool little spot, and then Chance Avery, he was down here. He was down here and came about the same time. That's when we started working sound. And so I had that job, and then I got a job at Cabela's selling guns and whatnot.
Yeah.
I did that for a while, and, it was just started meeting folks, playing. And, man, it seems like yesterday. Now, now I'm talking about it. It seems like yesterday, but there was, just
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a while for bitter whiskey. That was a lot of players came through. I met a lot of good guys, and we got to.
So it was Matt Begley and bitter whiskey, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
MBBW.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
I was watching some. I was Googling it this morning. I watched a couple of videos. There was one of you, and it was like a short trimmed beard.
Oh yeah,
Matt Begley.
Yeah.
All young.
I've let this one grow now, so
young and pretty looking.
Yeah.
But you did have in that video, you had the hat that every time I mention something about you to somebody that knows who you are, they're like, "Oh yeah, with the hat, the tall hat."
Yeah.
So I have to ask about it. When did that come along?
That came along. We were at Lone Star Rally in Galveston. That thing we did together last year. And,
yeah.
I had a steel player, Dan Johnson. He's a great steel player. He's gone out with a lot of folks, and he's an Austin guy. He's a session dude, and he said, "Hey, we had him on the road with us in the band, a 5-piece band. He's like, let's get the image different. Like I was just a ball cap guy, and everybody was doing that. So he put this one hat on me, and I was like, I'll try it out. Hey, if you think it's cool, you've got more experience than I do, man.
Yeah.
I'll try anything, hell, whatever. And the one hat, it just wasn't me, man. I couldn't feel it. And then I was walking around down there, and I saw that one hat. And I was like, well, you want me to get a damn hat? I'll get a hat. And I stepped out of the truck or van, whatever we were in at that time, and nobody knew I was playing there. I just was walking in. It was some of the first times we were doing Lone Star Rally, and I walked in with that hat, and man, people started taking pictures, and I started thinking, well, then
it's great. It's like your spirit hat. It's the perfect. It's the perfect one.
Oh yeah, hell, you can find me in the bar. Now it's other people are starting to have these hats. It's strange. It's it's just been now it's like a little trademark of mine, I guess.
You folks listening should go. You should go check out Steel Penny. By the way, is the newest. We haven't talked about that yet. We'll get there, but check out Steel Penny. Matt Begley here is the singer of the band, and he has a fantastic tall hat that he wears all the time. So if you see a beautiful man and a long beard and a tall hat.
I always say if I didn't...
It's not him. It's the...
if I had long, pretty hair, man, I'd just get one of those stage fans and just let it blow, man. That's, but I had to have something to cover my bald head up, so that thing there. I've talked to people that I've known for years, and I'll be sitting there talking to them with a ball cap on, and they're like, "Where's Matt at?"
Yeah.
I've been
That's
talking
funny.
to you right now.
Yeah.
Man.
Huh. I actually texted our mutual friend, Afton.
Oh, yeah.
I texted her this morning. I said, "Hey, I'm podcasting with Matt Begley later today. Any stories or anything I should ask him about or whatever?" And that was all she said, you should ask him about that hat that he used to wear if he still wears it. She said she hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her in a little while, man. But yeah,
she's over in Nashville now.
Is she?
Working her way up the ladder.
Oh, good. And she was always, she's always pro, when I met her.
She is, yeah, she's a worker.
I ended up meeting her with Mike Stanley out in, we're in Stephenville or something. I believe we're in Stephenville, and she came out there, and then me and you ended up seeing each other. You came in that bar after to that open mic that one time, and I was like, "I'm supposed
was
to."
Was that
know
at Jack's or something?
Yeah.
And
Jack's.
where is that? San Marcos?
Yeah, Jack's Roadhouse, San Marcos.
That was back when you could smoke in that place, and it was just this little bitty trailer or something.
Oh yeah, it's a little old dive bar that, man, we all started and cut our teeth there.
Yeah,
we still play there, and it's one of those places we play.
Yeah, it's one of those cool dive bar places. At that point, it was like smoky, and the PA sounded like shit. But it was just that was one of my favorite parts. That was one of the first few times I came out here as a singer, songwriter, musician, and it was just like, I was like, this is it. This is where I want to be hanging out. It was a bunch of good old boys sitting around swapping out the guitar and singing songs and just having a good time. And that's what I've longed to do.
They've gave us gigs for a long time and hosted open mics up there, and they fed us and, just took care of us. Hell, bailed Chance out of jail one time because he had a license or something that was up, and I said, "You got to get it fixed." And he said, "They take you to jail, we'll get you out." And we ended up passing a tip jar to get his ass out of jail.
Nice.
So they've always been good to us up there.
Well, you were with you did the Bitter Whiskey thing, that band, for 10 years. Is that during that stretch? Was that when you started doing the Sturgis thing?
Yeah.
When did that come along? Because I've always been interested in doing the Sturgis, but I don't want to just cut out and drive up there the 20 hours to get there.
We lucked out. Los Cornales La Familia Motorcycle Club out of Houston, based out of Houston, a lot of law enforcement. And they met me at Rot Rally in Austin.
Were some of those guys down at the Lone Star Rally last year?
Yeah.
I think I met some of them.
Yeah, they've been big supporters of us.
So anyway, sorry, go ahead.
We met them in Austin, and they said, "Just come play for us." And I said, "All right." At first I was like, a bunch of cops, and the kind of band we are. I didn't know what was happening. And then I've got some people that I've known for years in that club and been friendly with me.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that was probably 2008 or 9. And I think this will be me and Michael were probably gone Sturgis 7 years. We play in Spearfish right outside there.
Yeah.
They put us up for 5 days, and that rally takes over that whole southwestern part of the state.
So you started just playing for the club?
Yeah, I played for the club, and then we went to a few things with them. Like we went to Nashville one time and hung out, and they got me up. I got to sing on that Legends Corner stage.
Yeah.
And got up there and played a couple cover songs. So they were just in there raising hell, and said, "Hey, let this boy sing." Got up there with that little band. I think we played like "Hang Down It This Way" or something.
Yeah.
That was cool. Just stand on that stage. So I did it. And, but it went to a few places with them, and then they were like, "Hey, y'all need to go to Sturgis." And I was like, "Man, South Dakota." I was like, "How in the hell are we going to make that happen?" And then we just made it happen. We booked. The first time we went up there, it was I think we were out 2 weeks, and we did a couple shows up there and a couple shows back, just cold calling and whatnot. And a few of those places we still play now. We go to Nebraska and play this. It's JD's now. It used to be Shooters, and that was our first time. We went up north and then go up to Dakota after that. And we've just met people, Wyoming and Colorado, and just met people along the way. And now this run that we're doing now, it starts, I guess, next week. And, it's 30 days out, and there's 20-something shows on it. And it's just all off of those contacts made. And
just spider webbing out.
Yeah, just talking to
so-and-so
folks
knows so-and-buddy. And,
I'm just trying to be nice. I've booked the band for so long, and
Have you ever had a booking agent, or have you just always?
I had somebody help me one time, but I've never had a booking agent. I kind of have a hard time with it because, I mean, I could take the 10%. You know, if they could get me somewhere. I've had people ask that could, you know, get me into the same spots. They could make the same calls that I can make.
Yeah.
Like, man, there's no way.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is, I mean, yeah, because if I wanted a booking agent, just to say I had a booking agent, you can get somebody that'll book for you. But like you said, it's the same places that you could call or email or whatever and get in. The kind of booking agent you need to, like, that I would strive to get or whatever would be somebody that could, like, get you on opening for
that's it.
bigger acts or whatever. Like that's when you really need a booking agent, or if you just want somebody to keep you busy playing in
here in Texas.
Casinos or
I mean, you get on some of these booking agent lists, and it looks good on paper, you know, but man, you're at the bottom of the list, and you might get on a few shows, but you're not going to stay busy, and that's the only way to keep band around. You got to have money flowing, you got to be playing, but you know, I just never want to be at the bottom of the list of somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to wait around somebody book me a show. And I'm starting to get now. I've tried to make a business out of booking and management, and you know, tried to help other folks out.
Yeah.
That's what my fallback plan in life probably be. I enjoy that, and I enjoy the game of it. It is stressful.
It gets to be like the whole booking thing. It's really like fishing.
Yeah, I guess it's throw it out there.
You throw it out there, and most of the time you might not get anything back, but every once in a while you get a nibble. Yeah. And then when you catch it, you're like, oh yeah, I got another one.
Oh yeah, and it makes you, you know, when you get one, you're like, oh, it's, you know, it's like a damn drug.
I started out really hating it, but had to do it because you got to do it. But once you kind of get the cast down, you just throw them out, throw them out. Yeah.
That's what I've done. And I say I enjoy it. It is stressful, man. It's almost a 24-hour day job. Some people book it 7 or 8 in the morning. Some people book it 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, it's never the same. It's like everything else in this damn business. It's some places it's better to contact them on Tuesday afternoon at 2:00, and then some people will email you back Friday night at 10 p.m. You know,
it's a slight nightmare, but it's just the name of the game.
When I first moved to Nashville, I had a buddy, still a good friend of mine, who was on the podcast, Mr. Drew Smith. He said, we were talking one time about something similar to this, and he said, "Yeah, we're the only people crazy enough to work 16 hours a day to keep from having a real job."
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, hell, if we had all the time of, you know, the booking, the logistics planning. I mean, if you got paid for all that shit, we'd be rich, man. Or, you know, we'd have more money than we have, right. You know. But who the hell's going to pay you for doing that? I guess that's why you build a brand, sell that merchandise. That way you're going down the road, somebody's buying that shit off
long
the
term. It's the long game.
Yeah. That's what I've always been after. I do enjoy it, though. I hope to be able to help some younger folks out, and I always try to. You know, anybody that's... I did Doug and JJ when I met them, or the JJ Garrett band. We just kind of took them under our wing and took them on some shows. Now they're going out and doing their own thing.
They've done great. Just I feel like when I met them a couple of years ago, maybe they'd just gotten together, hadn't been together long or something. Like, kind of just
they were in college together and did that thing. Just playing open mics and whatnot.
But they're sounding great. Yeah, JJ sounded awesome yesterday.
Oh yeah, I think he's got one of the best voices. I always tell him he's a great voice, and just, you know, he's a good guy too. And sometimes I hate some of this business shit that people get into, and, you know, to see a guy like JJ that's, you know, very nice dude, you know, I would hate to tear him up. But, you know, we were talking last night about it, you know, just trying to get to another, you know, everybody's after kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just about building your brand.
Trying to carve out your little, your niche. Yeah.
Yeah, just go find your people, you know, that like your songs and whatnot. So.
Well, with the bitter whiskey thing, like, tell me about that. Like, what, you got to a point to where it was just time for a change or something? What made you want to go from the Matt Begley and bitter whiskey to Steel Penny, what you're doing now? Yeah.
Well, we went out to a gig, and I'd been wanting to change it because everybody had a whiskey band then. You know, I started that. There was no whiskey bands. You know, Whiskey Myers might have been getting going in East Texas. But there was There was no whiskey bands.
Right, but yeah, a few years ago it was like everybody had,
you know, and I just kind of stuck with it. But then it also brings, you know, you get people in there, and next thing you know, you're just swallowing a bunch of whiskey, and you know, that turns into you know, the shit that it is. But it's like I did that, and I just wanted to change. I wanted my name off of it, man. A lot of people, you know, as with your last name, the people would missay it and misspell
When you
it.
get Begley a lot.
Oh, I've gotten everything.
Really?
I've gotten.
I don't think it's Begley.
Yeah.
That's not that confusing.
Yeah.
Coming from Stifle.
Yeah.
I got Sheffield one time.
Oh,
Beat that.
I pulled up to a thing that just said "eat shit" on the marquee one time. I said, at least they didn't misspell any of my name. We pulled up and I said, well, they didn't misspell my name today. It'll be all right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
But you know, I just want to get my name off of it. And I've always been a band guy. I enjoy bands, and all the guys that played with me, I try to treat them like family and let them part of my business and whatnot, and just try to let them be inside of it. You know, just feel like they are part of it
On the team.
Yeah. If I have any success, I'm gonna pay a few expenses, and here comes the cash. You know, I always try to put my guys first, and. You know, now with the band, Steel Penny, we're partners and all that stuff. All five of us, even Chance on sound. So did that. But me and Abe Combs were the drummer. He had a band. It was Steel Penny, and they were
oh, really?
Yeah, they were like a rock and roll cover band. They just played at Jack's and a few places around here. And we'd always go see them when they weren't on the road. Him and Mark Tokash and Danny, when him and Mark were playing, they played Charlie Robinson. So whenever they weren't out on the road with that, they would do Steel Penny. As you know, I just liked it, and all of a sudden, you know, they just didn't really. It just kind of stopped for them, and they kind of went their separate ways on it. And he still had Steel Penny because he had done something in the past before that. And I was like, you know, hell, you already have the branding, I guess, of it.
So is it the same logo and everything that they?
No, we changed it up.
Oh, okay.
We changed it up and just kind of we cleared the internet of a lot of stuff. And we just kind of just built the brand on that and just kind of rolled with it. You know,
cool.
You know, now we're
when did y'all start that up?
I think a year and a half ago, something like that. It was just, you know, it was time for me to make a change, and I thought that was going to be a good move, and it has been a good move so far.
So Mike, that's a guitar player in Steel Penny, he played guitar for you in Bitter Whiskey, right?
Yeah.
How long's he been with you?
We always say November 11th, 2011.
Yeah.
He started, and I'd known Mike for a long time, played in other bands and whatnot, and, you know, and then we just started, you know, playing, and he said, come on over, and then he's been a loyal dog and one of my best friends in the world for a long time.
Where did you run across old... My name is not Justin Logan Timberlake.
Logan Timberlake. The first time I ever met him, remember meeting him.
Bassist for Steel Penny.
Yes, yeah. And a very, very good dude. His mama's an old country singer, and she's got a beautiful voice. I ran across Logan in a bar and saw him play, and then he started playing with Doug and JJ.
Okay.
And then I needed a bass player and just approached him, you know, and said, hey, I can keep you busy. Let's do this. And I always enjoyed being around him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I've enjoyed all you guys are good shits.
Thank you.
I like coming out here and getting to come up and play music with you.
Thank you.
I don't like this question, but I enjoy people ask me, so I figure I'll just pass it on. Do you have favorite places to play? Favorite venues or cities?
You know, Woody's Beach Bars in Galveston has been a place that we all like to play. I always say it's the worst load in, but man, you know, once you get up there, it's
right there on the beach, and the view, like you can play. You got good people in front of you, and you turn around, the beach is right behind you.
Yeah. And Mike down there, he's a big music supporter. He loves his music, and you know, helped out a lot of folks, and that's probably one of my favorite places to play.
Do you play back around East Texas much?
Yeah, we do. We do a few little clubs out there.
Yeah,
enjoy it.
You get a pretty good draw, like any hometown people or anything come back?
Yeah, it's when I was younger, of course, all the young people came out that I went to school, you know, now everybody's married up and whatnot. So we made some, you know, people that come out and follow us out there, and family comes out, and we just do a little small club.
Well, it's better when they get a little bit older because then they have jobs with money and they can buy things.
Yeah, and we see that a lot. You know, they come out and somebody I hadn't seen in years and come out with their wife or something.
Yeah, I was playing booking a show or something, and somebody said, "Yeah, that's a cool place, but it's more a little bit of an older crowd, not the college crowd." I said, "That's fine with me.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the jobs and the money,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
will buy shirts and CDs and stickers." And
that's people we they come see us, man. It's they're anywhere from right out of college. We got some college people that see us.
Yeah.
The right out of college to some old cats.
Yeah.
And they enjoy it. They enjoy the old country.
Man, every
music.
time I've played with y'all get people that Steel Penny fans. Like people come out that have been to every show that I've been to that you play.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks down in Galveston that really support us. Our friend Nancy Cook, she's been supporting us for a long time. She's been, there's other people out there that just come out, and some of them I hadn't seen in years, and some of them you just meet them for the first time.
These the shows that you're about to go at, when are you leaving out? On the 12th?
Yeah, 12th
July
or 13th.
12th or 13th?
Yes. Yeah,
Heading out for like 30-something days?
Yeah,
Is that right?
I think it's 29 or 31, somewhere around there. We hadn't really quite figured out the
And
exact
20-something shows?
Yeah. For right now, as soon as we're done with all this, I'm gonna get on the computer and see if I can't fill a few holes on it, and switch a few things around.
Well, this is actually this podcast is probably going to come out today.
Cool.
Wednesday, July 5th of 2017. For those people that are going back and listening, and in 2020 or whenever, when Matt Begley and all the Steel Penny guys are on the cover of magazines and stuff.
Oh man.
But yeah, so this will probably come out today. So what are some of the places you're going to be playing off the top of your head?
We start out in, I think it's in Ruidoso, New Mexico. It's the Inner Mountain Gods Casino. We do 2 days there, and then we go to Santa Fe and do a little date. And there's another one in New Mexico. And then after that, we go into Colorado. There's in Fort Collins and Silver Cliff, and we're going to try to fill a few more days in the Colorado area.
Yeah.
And then after that, we go up to Wyoming and do something in Laramie and Torrington, Wyoming, doing a big street dance for those folks. And then after that, we go up to Sturgis and Spearfish for, I think it's 5 days. And then we come down to Texas and play in the Panhandle. And then we go to Midland and come home.
Cool. Nice loop there.
Yeah.
Where can they go to see all these dates? Is there some kind of a what do they call that? A website that they can go to on the computer? What is that?
SteelPennyBand.com. And that's always a work in progress. We're an independent band. We do everything ourselves. We help. We got a few folks helping us out. Now with web stuff that we're about to change over. But
cool. You got like a YouTube page? They can go watch videos.
Yeah, I believe on the Steel Penny stuff. That's one of the deals we're trying to get better at is the videos and all that. That's
It's a tough thing to juggle all that, especially when you guys are on the road and it's just y'all and you're playing, so you can't have somebody that's going to stand out front and video all the time.
Yeah, and hell, Chance can't do it. He's got too much on his plate.
Yeah.
He runs sound, selling merch,
but there are I'm sure there are videos.
Yeah, there's videos up there, but that's one of our goals. I think after we get back from this run, that we're going to try to get on the video stuff. We got some like interview videos that we're going to put out. And
cool.
We've recorded a few live shows. That way we can have some of that stuff out there.
Speaking of recording, you do have an EP that's recently out.
Yeah.
Steel Penny. What's it called?
Life This Way.
Life This Way. Oh yeah, the my favorite one on it is Kearney. Is it the name?
Kearney. Yeah, Kearney.
Kearney. Yeah. That's you should go download it, folks. You should download the whole thing. But it's especially that first one. It's a catchy little bouncy tune.
Yeah, people like the Kearney song.
They start to sing, yeah. I think that's the first song I heard y'all play when I came out here last year. I think that was last year.
Yeah, when we at Blue Bonnet Palace. Was it Halloween or something?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because they had that big Halloween contest, the costume contest thing that night. But yeah, the Steel Penny, they got this. It's a bounce, a certain kind of.
I don't even know what the hell it is.
I don't know, but it's good. It's good stuff.
They always say Kearney, and we just named it Kearney because we wrote it in Kearney, Nebraska. And
we're
sat in the hotel room and just got that going because we wanted a sound check song to where we could play on some of these gigs that we had. They would just throw us up there, no line check or anything. So I said, I don't want to go straight into some singing stuff and the vocal's not there, so I said, we just start that, and we start going, and then just kick in the words when Chance says, sounds all right out there. So that's how that song came about. And then that, people enjoy it. It talks about, enjoying life and drinking and smoking. That's what we've been around for, all the bars and whatnot. Just kind of writing songs about what we're seeing, really.
What does it say when it slows down? It's got this cool, like, time change thing, and it's like the world's crazy or people are crazy or something crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it justice, so y'all should just go check it out.
This time of day, I probably couldn't.
We're gonna get some guitars out here in a second. We're gonna play some music, so you better be preparing yourself over there.
Oh yeah, good on that.
I'm almost out of coffee, Matt Begley. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. You have to go down to On the Grind down there, that little local shop. The Slurp.
Yep. So you got the EP. They should go check that out. SteelPennyBand.com. They should go check that out. And you got tour dates coming up. What else is going on?
Oh,
that's a lot.
Yeah, we're recording some stuff right now that we're going to put some new music out. Just try to follow it up real quick.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Yeah, we're going to try to play the Texas radio game. We're not going to, hire a promoter or anything. We're going to just kind of do it ourselves, so that way we have something out there.
Yeah,
because it's worth it. I've seen people do it, and it'd be good for them.
I think it's also there's more stations that are playing whatever you want to call it, Americana, Red Dirt, good music, whatever you want to call it. There's more stations that are being added or that are starting to play. I mean, it's been that way out here in Texas for a while, but
it's hard deal, man. The charts are you don't know what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen guys have number ones that couldn't, that don't have the bands to go out and do.
They don't even tour.
It's like I can understand, recording artists, whatever. It's just I just want to touch the game. I don't want to play the game. I don't care to do it. I love the live stuff. The live thing is what I'm after. And
anything that goes on with the relationship between you and the people that are enjoying the music. When you start getting business people and radio people that don't know shit about music, when you start getting those people, it starts to get like a poison ivy or something into the art of
it does.
Of the music, because it should be all about the art,
the
music, the words, and the relationship between the artist and the people enjoying the art. And when you start clouding that up, to me, is where it goes off.
That's
off path.
Me and Logan Timberlake talk about that, about the music, and because with doing all this stuff, it's the business is always on the front of mind, just to keep it going, because that allows you to do the music, but then it gets clouded up, and I try to keep, wear two different hats per se. Mm-hmm. That way, you can't write a song, you can't do the business, and it's not all about the business, because it is, you got to relate to folks. You got bars have to sell booze or whatever you had to sell. You had to do something, so you have to. The music is what you're selling, or a straight personality or something. And I had no idea. We're
all just figuring it out.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things. If it doesn't work, you better try something different or get out.
It's always on my mind to, in everything I do, to be able to step back regularly and look at, okay, where I am right now, this is what I'm doing. Is this getting me any closer or further away than where I want to be? And do I need to change something, or do I need to keep doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And I try to do that because I feel like there's so many people in the world that don't ever do that.
Yeah.
They don't ever look at what they're, look in the mirror and think, maybe it's not everybody else's fault that I can't keep friends around.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whatever,
Yeah, I try to do that at all times. I always try to step back and look at it. It is hard to pull back and look at it and, with a different point of view. That's why I always ask folks, hey, if I'm doing something you don't agree with, please tell me. Don't hold on to
ding
it.
dong.
Yeah, ding dong.
Somebody at the door?
I guess they didn't read.
All right, we're going to get the guitar set up, and we're going to play a song here. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yes, you are correct. You should always be... I look for feedback even with this podcast. If you're listening right now and you don't like something or you do like something about it, please tweet me Instagram message, Facebook message, emails, jacob@don'tstifleme.com, all that stuff. I'll tell you later, but please let me know. And I'm going to ask you after this, Matt, if you have any pointers of what I'm doing.
I have listened to all of them. I think they're getting better. Man.
But we're gonna play and sing you a song here in just a second. Before that, if you could go back and tell yourself at 18 years old a piece of advice, what would you tell yourself?
Man, I'd work harder. I mean, I already stay busy and work hard, but anytime I'm sitting around, I have a hard time with that because there's somebody else out there working their ass off.
Yeah.
That'll make it. I'd just, really just stay true to yourself. I've always tried to do that and just keep on doing it. I mean, I wouldn't even know what to say.
Yeah. Well, those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Work hard, stay true to yourself, and keep going.
Get ready.
Get ready, yeah.
Get ready. That's about all I know.
Love it. All right, we're going to play some music for you here in just a second, but thanks for talking, Matt. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you so much for having me on this. All right. Ready for? You say you wanna switch roles. I'll stay at home and you play the shows. 4 strings down at the bar. Talk to strangers by their car. Wave goodbye as they drive away. Go to the hotel and get stoned. I'll think about a brand new song. Whiskey water, still sleep. Alarm clock starts to beep. Get in the van and get gone. Well, you say that you're lonely. Hell, I'm lonely too. You say that you're bored, babe. Can't find nothing to do. But everyone involved chasing the dream. Yeah, you're gonna get drugged through the mud, hanging around me. I learned to work from my grandpa, who farmed his whole life. He got married 3 times, and he died with 3 ex-wives. Yeah, my mama, she told me to do what I wanna do. That's why I'm in this band, in this bar, singing songs to you. Well, you say that you're lonely. Hell, I'm lonely too. You say that you're bored, babe. Can't find nothing to do. But everyone involved chasing the dream. Yeah, you're gonna get drugged through the mud, hanging around me. I wanna hear something hard. Come on, Walker. Well, you say that you're lonely. Hell, I'm lonely too. You say that you're bored, babe. Can't find nothing to do. Yeah, 'cause everyone involved are chasing the dream. Yeah, you're gonna get drunk drug through the mud are hanging around me. Yeah, you're gonna get drugged through the mud are hanging around me. Don't be hanging around me. Don't be hanging around me.
Yeah,
Cool, man. Very cool.
Steel Penny, the new EP is Life This Way. Check it out. I recommend Carney. That is the song that Matt and I are playing in the background here. So I recommend it. It's my favorite on the EP. But hey, it's more or less a free country, so you can do what you want to do. Thanks to Matt for coming in on the old podcast here with me. He's really one of my favorite Texans, and I know a lot of Texans, so that's saying something. Check out steelpennyband.com for more info and tour dates. I hope you enjoyed this talk, this episode, and the music and everything. Thank you so much for listening. I've got several really cool conversations lined up while I'm out here in the Great Lone Star State. So you should hit that subscribe button so the new episodes will just be automatically downloaded for your listening pleasure. Once again, this podcast is brought to you by me, Jacob Stiefel, and my music. It's my art. It's what I love. I hold it near and dear to my heart, and I love to share it with others. So check it out on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you check out music. There's tour dates and merchandise at jacobstiefel.com. And if you enjoy this podcast or the music or whatever, if you have any feedback, feel free to leave a review or shoot me a message on any of the social medias. I run everything on mine and the podcast, which the podcast is at DSM Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and mine is all at Jacob Stiefel. So let me know. I love hearing what y'all think about everything, if you have any suggestions or whatever. In the meantime, I have the air conditioning cut off here at Grandma's house, and it's hot as hell in San Antonio. I got to shut the air conditioner off so it doesn't make noise, so you don't hear in the background. And it's really hot. So I say that to say this is the end. I'm done talking now. Happy Independence Day week. Treat other people as you would want to be treated, and have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you again soon. Ha ha ha.